Well, g'day Harbour Youth, my name's Tom Batty, and with me today I've got a couple of special guests who have experienced unique things in their lives. Both of these girls have been part of missionary families, and so I might just introduce Ebony first. Ebony, you went with your family on mission to where?
Russia.
Whoa. And how old were you when you went there?
So I lived there from when I was 2 till I was 10.
Okay, that's crazy. And Anastasia, where did you go and for how long?
I went to Kenya for 7 years.
Okay, and you left Australia when you were 9?
Yeah.
And came back when you were 16.
Yeah.
So spent a large part of your teenage years there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. Ebony, let's start with your kind of story. What was it like going over and I guess discovering that you were a missionary family? Because you didn't know that you were a missionary family, did you?
Know.
You thought that it was normal to be in Russia and be Australian.
Yeah. Yeah. It was interesting. So yeah, we were a missionary family that lived in a part of Russia that it was a bit like the government could kick you out if they knew that you were working as a missionary.
Okay.
So you had to be a bit careful. So my parents never told me that why we were in Russia. I just kind of lived it out because I guess I was too young to ask any questions.
Do you think that they didn't tell you as well because you could have spilled the beans?
I think that's exactly what they didn't tell me.
Wow.
Because they thought
I
was going to tell everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you, which language did you learn to read first, English or Russian?
Russian.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Can you say hello? I really like Russia.
I don't know. I can't speak.
Can you
Russian.
say hello?
I can say hello. Привет. Меня зовут Ebony.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, spasiba. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that was your life for when you were growing up. How did that shape your Christian faith?
So I always, I've obviously grown up in a Christian family. Always going to church. But living overseas, it's like we didn't really get to see our family often. They'd come over. Yeah, not very often, obviously, because living in Russia. But so our church was really my family. So that was, I guess, it was a really massive part of, what shaped me in.
Like almost like because you couldn't have any other family to rely on, your church family became so much more important to you, and you grew a real closeness with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Anastasia, let's hear about your story a little bit. So you left when you were 9 years old. Were you excited about going to Kenya?
Yeah, so my parents kind of got all the, when they told us, they got all the touristy magazines and they showed us all the fun things to do in Kenya, like the safaris and all that kind of stuff. So they made it sound more exciting than it probably was.
What were you and your siblings excited to see when you were going over there?
So my brother was excited to have a pet monkey, which never happened. I was excited to touch black skin for some reason, and my sister was excited to ride elephants, which never happened in Kenya, but happened elsewhere.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that just came on later.
Yeah.
So what was it? Obviously, you kind of realised that you were going to be a missionary, and your one was less secretive. Is that right?
Yeah.
So you knew why you were going. Your dad was going to work in a Bible college. Is that right?
Yeah.
So what was that like for you growing up as a teenager, knowing that your family was in this kind of work?
I guess it just became the normal. So before we left Australia, Dad was a minister. So I guess we've always grown up in the ministry kind of world. So it's just the normal for me and always has been. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now for both of you, I'd love to hear how can kids like at Shell Harbour, Christian kids, support guys like you who are in mission?
I think just prayer really helps.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, lots of prayer.
Really helped my family.
That's cool. And knowing that people were praying for you as well. That's cool.
It's nice having the support.
Yeah. What about for you, Anastasia?
Just prayer as well. Knowing that you're being prayed for is really nice, and also getting a message that someone's thinking about you or even praying for you. We always know people are praying for us, but when people take the time to just send that really nice message, just makes our day, and encourage us a lot. So if you have any missionary friends, I really encourage you to just send them, because it can get quite lonely out in the field without your family and friends and stuff. So
Yeah. So
really
maybe
help.
like a youth group night or something, we could do a support the missionary thing and like write
Yeah.
letters to
Yeah.
the missionaries that we're connected with, particularly if
Yeah.
they've got families.
We also got Skype calls quite a few times
Oh,
from
yeah?
different youth groups as well. So if you know any missionary families, organise, like, to find out their time zone and organise a Skype call.
Yeah. We'll do youth group on their Friday night, 7 till 9. Cool. Well, thanks so much for sharing, girls. Really
You're all
appreciate it.
good.
Catch you later.